Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today at the Firearm Firm channel. We've gotten a lot of questions over the last couple of days regarding the automatic denial of submitted Form 1s for registering a firearm with an attached stabilizing brace if ATF fails to complete the background check within 88 days of beginning it, and whether or not this is a trap. But before we dive into this issue, as always, please take a moment to show your support for the Second Amendment by clicking the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the Firearm Firm channel by clicking on that subscribe icon in the bottom right hand corner of this video. Also, I want to personally invite all of our Florida subscribers and viewers to come join me at the 2A Freedom Fest being held on February the 4th of 2023 at Runaway Campers in Summerfield, Florida. This event is going to have top speakers from across the country who will be discussing various issues affecting your right to bear arms. This is also a great opportunity for you to meet some of the attorneys from the Firearm Firm channel and also spend time with like-minded individuals. Be sure to look down in the description section of this video for more details about the 2A Freedom Fest. Additionally, lunch is going to be free and our firm will be having some great giveaways, so I hope to see you there. Last week there was a video released on YouTube in which an attorney from Gun Owners of America discussed the conversation he had with an Assistant Director for ATF while at SHOT Show. The GOA attorney asked the ATF Assistant Director if ATF would go after individuals who filed a Form 1 to register their firearm with an attached stabilizing brace during the 120-day grace period if their Form 1 was automatically denied because ATF did not complete their background check within the 88-day time limit. ATF's answer was yes. Needless to say, this caused a lot of unease among many in the 2A community, and it also calls into question whether or not this is a trap set by ATF so they can determine who possesses a firearm with an attached stabilizing brace. Just to make sure everyone understands, if you submit a Form 1 to register your firearm with an attached stabilizing brace, you will be providing ATF with all the information they need to know about you and your firearm that has the attached stabilizing brace that ATF is now saying is an illegal short-barreled rifle, if not registered as an NFA item. Did ATF intentionally set this trap to make felons out of law-abiding gun owners? I don't know, but I must admit, it is definitely suspect. Currently, it is predicted that between 10 to 40 million people will be affected by ATF's final rule on stabilizing braces once it is published in the Federal Register. With those kinds of numbers, there is no doubt ATF's e-form system is going to come crashing down once the rule goes into effect and people start filing their Form 1s. And I don't believe for a second that ATF is going to be able to handle the amount of background checks they are going to have to do for all of those who elect to register their firearm pursuant to the rule, much less complete them within 88 days of starting the background investigation. What should you do if you decide to attempt to register your firearm with an attached stabilizing brace and you are denied? Under the final rule, ATF provides 5 options for those who own a firearm with an attached stabilizing brace to comply with their final rule. ATF's suggested options are: number 1, register the weapon or attachment under the NFA within 120 days from the date of publication of the rule in the Federal Register. In doing so, ATF will waive the $200 tax stamp fee. Number 2, remove the short barrel and attach a barrel that is 16 inches or longer to the firearm. Number 3, permanently remove and dispose of or alter the stabilizing brace so that it cannot be reattached to the firearm. Number 4, turn the firearm in to your local ATF office. Number 5, destroy the firearm. Just to be clear, these are ATF's suggestions for complying with their rule, not mine, and I am not advising you to follow or not follow ATF suggestions. I am just simply relaying the options that ATF laid out in the final rule so that you, the law-abiding gun owner, can make an educated decision as to what is best for you. If an individual's Form 1 does get denied, they could try one of the other 4 options ATF listed in the final rule. If your Form 1 is denied and you decide to go with one of the other 4 ATF options, then I would suggest acting immediately upon receiving notice of the denial and document what you do with your firearm. For example, if after receiving a denial you decide to replace the short barrel with one that is 16 inches or longer, you should change out the barrels the same day you receive the notice of denial and record the entire process. Then, after changing out the barrels, you should consider storing the barrel under 16 inches in a different location than the firearm you just removed it from. The same advice would apply if you decide to remove the stabilizing brace itself instead of changing out barrels. Now, I'm not going to waste your time going over what you should do if you decide to turn your firearm into the local ATF office or destroy it, because let's be honest, if you think those are 2 viable options, you are watching the wrong YouTube channel. Unfortunately, even after choosing one of the other ATF options after receiving a denial of your Form 1, I cannot promise that ATF will not come knocking at your door. What I can tell you, however, is that if they arrested you for illegally possessing a short barrel rifle because they denied your Form 1 and you did immediately do one of their other 4 options to comply with their final rule, the government is going to have a rough day in court trying to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you intended to commit a crime. I hope this video provided a little relief from the stress of ATF's news that they intend to seek enforcement against those who Form 1s are denied. If you have any questions about this video or any other Second Amendment related issue, be sure to leave them down in the comments section or email them directly to us at questions@thefirearmfirm.com. I hope to see some of you at the upcoming 2A Freedom Fest. Until next time, stay armed and educated.